Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, there have been protests in this country on every Tuesday and every Thursday. And so when William Ruto heard of the planned protest to take place today, he went further to issue threat and intimidation to the youth. He said, "Enough is enough. I will deal with you." That was his own statement. So after that, I think he just fueled the protest. Now, the youth finally threatened to take the protest today at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, JKIA. That is the center of the protest today. So after that, we have seen the the Kenya Airport Authority issuing a statement. This is what they said. Passengers notice. Due to heightened security check and protocols at JKIA, passengers are advised to arrive at airport earlier to avoid any potential delay in catching their flights. Kindly contact your respective airline for the latest flight information. Safe travel. Now you have to arrive 4 hours earlier before your time. Thinking about 2 hours. So he doesn't make a 4 hours. So it is all for security checks. Hapo ndo tumefika. Now, after that, we have seen a lot of graphics all over. You can see all roads led to JKIA Tuesday 23rd. They have painted a flight there. Ruto must go with the Kenyan flag. And all the graphics showing we demand accountability. All roads to JKIA with the red carpet. Hapo ndio watu wamefika saizi. Now with all this, of course, the protest normally huwa in a peak from 10, 11 there. 11:30 going to 12. So early morning protest has kuangi, but there are always a rehearsal protest in the midnight or yani jioni yake ndio sasa kesho maandamano yaanze, huwa kuna kuwa ni hivyo. So that already happened. So as we are speaking now, so from early morning there have been a security beef up at JKIA emergency gate, and this is just ahead of the planned protest. There is heavy police presence with the water cannon. We have seen a lot of police being paraded. This is just to scare the youth before the protest will start, that there is heavy police presence. So we are seeing police and KDF. So the issue of Kenya military is still there. Heavy police presence, KDF presence. So the protest is in Ajipanga, but police are already there. And this tells you how the state is panicked, the level of panic. If they're not panicked, you can't have this heavy police presence all over. And to tell you that every protest is so much expensive to William Ruto. Look here. If you can check, you will see there have been police helicopters patrolling in the air within the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport and the roads heading to that airport. Yes, in Garama, you need fuel and your time. Hiyo ni gharama tayari. Businesses have been shut down. So when they talked about complete shutdown, already business owners have closed their shops. No business going on. That is the situation. So you look at that, then you say, man, is the government not feeling the burden, the heaviness of this protest? Are they collecting taxes? They are not. So definitely, That is the situation right now. And one challenge that comes in, as you say and put all the police all over, getting to the airport, it can also be very easy. Why? Because most of this airline have their booking offices inside Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Zikondan. So how do you tell that these individuals are the ones who are going to buy a ticket and these ones are not going to buy a ticket? Because, the youth are very intelligent. They will just dress up people like people who are traveling. Then when you pass the security checks, you say you're going to buy your ticket and you're flying. But indeed, you're not going to buy anything. You're going there to protest. So how will they tell this one is a passenger, this one is not a passenger? Definitely, these people will get to the airport. Watafika huko. So there are so many ways to make the way to the airport. And as this comes, there's also other allegation of Kipchumba Murkomen and this government selling JKIA. They are selling one of the critical international airport in this country. There's that allegations that someone is taking it for 30 years. Then after that is going to have 21% lifetime ownership. A lot of discussion. So many questions are coming out. And remember, despite all the infrastructure we have at JKIA and the Kenya Airways enjoying of the same, they have been still making losses. That is Kenya Airways making a lot of losses. How comes when they enjoy all the privileges that comes to the JKIA? So many questions comes in. So I want to listen to this video, then the response to the same by Musalia Mudavadi while he was appearing for the committee of the parliament to answer on the same as far as the issue of selling Jomo Kenyatta International Airport is concerned. So protest is going to be there. Police are already on the road, but the youth are going to gather as soon. They are already gathering. Listen to this, but please remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment.
Good morning. This is the Villager 254, Patrick. Today is on a Monday, the 22nd day of July 2024. One day just before the Great Tuesday, where we are going to occupy JKIA, we will occupy Uhuru Park, and most importantly, we will occupy Parliament as they report back to work. Please come out in large numbers, Kenyans. Let us stand for our rights and demonstrate for good governance and change of things in our country. Now, JKIA, you've heard a lot about it. This is the breakdown. 1, Kenya hired a company called ALG to do the contract or to facilitate the contract. That's what happens in most cases in our government. Our people have no capacity to consult. Anyway, provided, I think so, in the procedures of operation. Now, this company, surprise, surprise, it was paid in advance 160 million Kenya shillings to consult just before they started work. Murkomen is a very good man. He's an honest man. So he pays in advance. All right, no problem. Then, the company that, the report that they wrote had a lot of red flags. They asked a lot of questions. I'm not going to all those questions. They are contained in reports that are already out there in the media. I won't go to that. I will go to the most important part. How are they selling JKIA to Adani for nothing? Absolutely zero Kenya shillings. 1, in the contract that has been provided and that is in the hands of the lawyers, Adani, they will finance this PIP project through collection of JKIA of 53% of the total 2 billion, which is about 270 billion Kenya shillings that this project will cost. They will collect it from, they will get it from collections from JKIA. And then you say JKIA is making losses. How? Then The next 33%, they will get it from a loan. How will they get this loan? They will get this loan because Adani will have the title ownership of JKIA, because the contract says they will transfer ownership to Adani company. So they will use our title to take a loan at 33% of the 2 billion. You can calculate how many billions are those. That is almost 66 billion loan with interest. You can imagine how much that will be. Then they are saying that the investor, I'm assuming it's Adani, will only put 14%. They're saying the rest will be put by the investor. We know who this investor is. In Kenya, you cannot have an investor who does not have someone behind him. Most of the times, they are just faces of corrupt Kenyan leadership. Murkomen sold JKIA for 0 Kenya shillings. And on top of selling it at 0 Kenya shillings, he will pay this Adani, after the expiry of 30 years, 2 more billion. That is 270 billion Kenya shillings. And in 30 years, you can be guaranteed, at that point, we will be paying probably maybe 1 trillion. So it is more than 1 trillion, the cost of selling our airport. Then that's not enough. Guys, that's not enough. I wish it was enough, and I wish it was the truth. The truth is, after they have owned JKIA for 30 years, collecting money and getting interest of 18% profit, no making losses, they will then demand, they have now been given permission and authority, and it is in contract that they will own 21% lifetime ownership. 21% lifetime ownership. Oh my God. Someone has secured their interest for up to 10 generations or 100 generations. I don't know. Who do you think this person is behind Adani? You can guess. And your guess is as good as mine. Murkomen, we are coming for you. How did you do this? Thank you. Have a very beautiful week. There are things happening in this country. And show up tomorrow for your country. Your country needs you tomorrow.
Let me discount immediately that the airport, Jomo Kenyatta Airport, is not on sale. This is a public asset. It is a strategic asset. And if it was going to be sold, you can only do it after a full public process that Parliament endorses. So anybody who is giving the impression that the airport, Jomo Kenyatta Airport, has been sold is not being factual. It is not true. What we need to appreciate is that we will need to modernize our airport. We need a new terminal. You remember there was a greenfield terminal, but it never took off. The contractual engagement had its challenges. There was litigation. It stalled. Going forward, the Kenya Airports Authority must look at its investment program very, very carefully. Make sure that everything is transparent, so that during the expansion process of the second terminal, if it is under PPP arrangement, and let it be done properly, thoroughly, through the legal process, so that everybody knows what is going on. But I want to assure Kenyans that the Kenya Airports Authority is not up for sale. The other thing that I want to mention to Kenyans is that one of our long-term strategies is to create Nairobi as a logistical hub. And we are talking even with the United Nations offices in Nairobi, so that apart from just the new terminal that will come up, we want to create Jomo Kenyatta Airport, have part of Mombasa at the port, and have all through to Naivasha logistics hubs that meet certain standards, so that the United Nations can use this destination, Kenya, as a logistical hub for their operations, just the way there's a logistics hub in Italy